streaming our lesson. I think we are. You guys are doing awesome. All right, let's get started with our warm-up problem, just like we always do. If you are at home, you can pause the stream and you can open up Notability and look back and forth, or if you want to grab pencil and paper, hey, whatever makes it easiest for you to do these problems. We can all ask for feedback from parents and some of the students tonight and see what works best, and then I'll get that information out. We should all be working on our problems right now. Try to ignore all the notifications I'm getting, and they'll keep dinging in. This is the first try, so we'll try and make it work the best we can. Thank you guys for staying quiet and helping us all get through this. The top black problem, okay, make sure you look if it's plus or minus. Okay, draw your line in there so it makes it easier for you. Okay, think about how we do our stack math. And then for the bottom black problem, okay, alligator mouth or equal sign. Make sure you look at the order of the numbers. Remember, the alligator's hungry. He wants to eat whatever side is bigger. And the top blue problem, we have patterns. Try to figure out how big a jump you need to make. And then the bottom blue problem is just our doubles problems. Okay, we need to make sure we remember all of those. Give you a little bit of time to work on these. Try to remember when I start asking you guys for answers, we'll speak up so they can hear us at home. And I can still help you guys if you raise your hand, I'll come around. How do I get there? What jump is that? Am I getting bigger or smaller? How much bigger? Jump to 7. And then for everybody at home, if you're able to hear this, you're not flipping back and forth between pages right now. This is, since this is our first one and it's just even and odd numbers, this one will not last very long. Other days it might last a little longer, but today we're just trying this out. And we'll talk about the work that needs done at the end. A lot of the work I'm seeing looks good. Keep up, guys. Raise your hand if you get stuck on something. What's it mean if the ones places staying the same next time? And if it's too tough, just skip it. One of the patterns is a little trickier because there's no numbers next to each other. If you're struggling on the second pattern, maybe this will help out. Think about what it would mean if those all end in 4s. What could we be counting by? Figure out what you're going up by. How do we get from 5 to 7? We'll go over these in just a minute. Maybe a little longer. It looks like you guys still got plenty to do. All right, take your time. You are done. Okay. Thank you for waiting patiently as you finished up. A couple of us are almost done. If you're really stuck on one of them, just go ahead and skip it and do the other ones so we can get moving here. We'll talk about all of them later. If you just want to write the answer, that's okay. Yeah. On the doubles addition, if you just want to write the answers to save space, that's okay. I know not all of us are great at writing super tiny yet. That's okay. All right, one more minute and we'll get started.
Okay.
If you don't have something done, that's okay. you're done at home, thank you for being patient. I can't tell if you're being quiet, but you guys are awesome anyway. Alrighty, let's get started. Okay. Remember, we do fingers off the iPad, so I know you're listening, paying attention to me. All right, let's start up here in our top box like we normally do. I'm looking at this side of the screen right now. Okay. So I see that I have a plus sign. We've got our line down the middle, so I know what numbers go together. So I see the 7 and the 2 are on this side. What is 7 plus 2, Hannah? 9. And then on the other side now, I've got 1 plus 5. Eli? 6. Okay. So I ignore that dotted line, and that gives me 69. Okay. On the other side, now we are going down because that is a subtraction sign. Okay, so it works the same way. Look at this side of the line. I've got a 7 and a 2. What is 7 minus 2? Gracie? 7 minus 2. Somebody want to help her out? Hillary? 7 minus 2 is 5.
Yes.
And then this side should be a little easier. Gracie, 5 take away 1. 4. Thank you. All right. Remember when we have our stack problems, we can draw that line in to split it up and make it super easy for ourselves. Down here, the bottom black problem. I don't think I see any numbers that are equal, so we have alligator mouths. Which one does the alligator want to eat on the top one? Eli?
32.
32 is bigger than 23, so my alligator mouth faces that way. What about the next one, Lydia? 100 is way bigger than 57. Let's scoot over to here. Okay. Our doubles problems, 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay. Want you to take a quick look at the problems we just did. What do you notice about those numbers? How much are they getting bigger by each time? Twos, okay? Because I'm counting 1 bigger and then 1 bigger over here. So that gives me 2 bigger each time. So 5 plus 5 is 10. 6 plus 6 is 12. And 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay. And then our last one. Okay. We need to figure out how big of a jump we are making to figure out this pattern. Okay. So I know that I'm jumping up, so I'm going to put a plus sign here. How much am I jumping up? How do I get from 5 to 7? How big of a jump is that, Amelie? Two. Okay, so I need to make another jump plus 2. Okay, what do I go to next, Hannah? 9. Okay, double check. 11 is 2 bigger than 9, so we're still right. And then what would be that last blank, Eli? 13. Very good. All right, this bottom one's a little tougher because if I do this, there's no number there, so I don't know how big of a jump that is. But let's take a look at the things we highlighted earlier. Okay, these 4s. What number would I be counting by if my 1's place is not changing, Peyton? I'm not counting by 4s. They're all going to have 4 at the end. Okay, let me draw these in here, help you guys out. Let me pick a different color here. If I do this, does this help anybody see it? What's the next number? Counting on 1s on that side. So I'll go ahead and put those in. Okay. So what were we counting by? What was this big jump? What was the pattern? Counting by? Not 2s. 10, 14, 24. I'm getting bigger by? Eli? Getting bigger by 10s, guys. Okay. We'll talk about, I'll show you a better way to do that next week. Or actually, I think we're doing place value later this week, so we'll work on that a little more. I knew this one was going to be tough, but thank you for trying your best on it.
I was about to say.
Are there any questions on any of the ones that we just went over? Tyler. Alrighty. Well, let's get started with our lesson today. So I'm going to scroll down. If you like to erase your page, you can do that. Or if you just want to scroll down with me and keep it, that works too. We have talked about it a little bit already this year, but we are going to work on even and odd numbers today. And these are numbers that never ever change. They're the same forever and always. Okay. We'll start with our even numbers first. Our even numbers are 0. If you want to write these down with me, that'd be a good idea. Okay. 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay. The even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Yep. Amelie is right. She pointed out they go up by 2s. Okay. That's a good way to keep track of your even numbers. And then let's go over to the odds. Okay. That leaves 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And the odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Okay. These are all of the numbers you need to know. These are all the numbers you need to know whether something's even or odd. Now you might look at this. Are there any numbers you can think of that aren't up on this screen? There's quite a few, right? What's a number that's not up on the screen right now? Ellery? Oh, I've got 8 right here. Okay. What's a bigger number that's not up on the screen? Peyton? 10. Excellent. Okay. There's no 10 up here. So how do we know if this is even or odd? Okay. Whenever we're thinking about evens or odds, we go to the very, very last number. Okay. So I'm going to underline this very, very last number. Even if we've got 1,000, okay, we go to the very, very last number. And then whatever I underline, that's the one I check. So for 10, what's the very, very last number, Amelie? 0. And is that even or odd?
Even. That's an even.
Look up at your list. Okay, remember, we can't shout out. It's going to be hard for people at home to hear. Okay. So that 0 means that 10 is an even number. I see a 0 at the end of 1,000. So that means that's an even number. Okay. It doesn't matter how many numbers there are to start. It doesn't matter where they're at. We just care about the last number. So I could have 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Those are all odd numbers. But if it ends in 2, it's still an even number. Okay. I don't care about all these odd numbers. I'm looking just at that last number and it's even. Okay. Let's do a couple practice ones. Okay. So you can just write E on the side, or you can just make an O on the side to tell me if it's even or odd while you guys are practicing. Okay. Let's start with, and if you need to, scroll back up to your list from earlier so you can tell if that last number is even or odd. Okay. Let's start with 75. Okay. So I'm going to underline that last number, check my list. Do I need an E or an O next to this one? Amelie? E. Check your list. Is 5 under evens or odds? What do you think, Eli? I need an O for odd. Okay. 5 is an odd number. Amelie, did you get them written down the right way? Go back up. Okay, yeah. I'm going to draw a line through here so you can tell better. Okay. We'll see if that helps. All right. Let's do a bigger number. Let's do 436. Okay. Which digit, which number am I looking at? Which one's the only one I care about, Peyton? The 6. So I'm going to underline that. And is that even or odd, Peyton? Even. So I need an E here. Okay. Even though there's those two numbers in front, I only care about the last one. Okay? Anytime we're talking about evens and odds, we just care about the last one. Okay? I'm going to give you guys 3 to try real quick on your own. And if it goes well, then we will move on to our fun activity. So let's do 78, 4, and then 10,791. Don't get freaked out because we got a big number. You guys know what to do. Yep, that 4 is just by itself. Just a lonely 4. That one should be real easy. Looks like most of the fingers have stopped moving. I'm going to underline my important numbers. What do I need next to 78? Even or odd? Eli? Even. 8 is even. I don't care about the 70 part. 4, even or odd? Gracie? Even. And then 10,791. Even or odd? Amelie? Odd. Very good. Okay. All those other numbers don't matter. I just care about the last one, and that's an odd number. Alrighty. For everyone that is here, go ahead and scroll down so that you have plenty of space. You guys are going to try to make your page look like mine. If you're at home, you might already have seen this. We are going to help ourselves remember our even and odd numbers by making a monster. Okay? So this is my example. Okay, this is what mine looks like. It says odd up here. This is my odd monster. He has 1 horn to remind me that 1 is an odd number. He has 3 teeth to remind me that 3 is an odd number. He's got 5 little purple polka dots. He's got 7 eyes, and then he's got 9 tentacles. Okay? He's got all odd body parts. There's nothing even about this monster. Okay? Your monster doesn't need to look anything like mine, but he does on the odd part. So you guys will copy down this part. Okay? You'll write odd up at the top of your page and then all the odd numbers. On this page, you're going to make an odd monster. Okay? So you'll draw a monster, give him an odd number of eyes, an odd number of mouths, an odd number of legs, an odd number of wings, whatever you want. Okay? Whatever monster you think of, just make sure he has an odd number of everything. I can help spell words. I know tentacles probably not an easy word for us. But right now, I'm mostly worried about us putting odd numbers on that monster. Let you guys finish copying that one. I'll put this back up. I'm just going to scroll down so you can see the other part. And then on the next page, we're going to do the same thing with the evens. I didn't draw an even monster, okay, but you guys can imagine it in your heads. He's going to have 0 of something. She might have 2 eyes like a normal person. She might have 4 wings because she's a flying monster. He might have 6 scary sharp teeth. He might have 8 tentacles or 8 legs or 8 arms. Okay? The even monster needs to have an even number of everything. Okay? And you'll tell me what parts are, or how many of each part there are next to those numbers, okay, like I did up top. Okay, so when you write those numbers, see up top, I put in my words right next to it, so I knew that my odd monster had all those different parts. Okay, so you guys will make an odd page and an even page, and then you'll have some time to draw your monster. Real quick, just so we're on the same page at home. Okay, after you do your monster, we're going to go to IXL. Let it load here. Let me try to go through Clever. Maybe it'll do better there. Okay, after we finish our monster, we will go to iExcel. Hopefully it pops up here. If not, we're doing A16. Okay, it'll ask us, make sure I'm on second grade. It just says even or odd. Okay, all it's going to do is ask us maybe. It's just going to ask us if the pictures we see are even or odd. So you can count them out. Okay. If you're really smart, you might notice a trick with the pictures, okay, with the dots, to tell if it's even or odd without even counting. But so this one, there's one, that's an odd number. So I just hit odd. Okay. And then we're going to keep doing that all the way till we finish. But first, for you guys still at school and at home, we're going to do our monsters. I'll give you guys some time to work on it, and then we will pop over to iExcel and finish that. There's the even numbers if you need to see that again. And for everybody at home, you should already have this done for you on your remote learning page. Okay, the one you downloaded and have been doing all day, you should have a monster page already in there for you. All righty. We are going to do some quiet work time, so I'm going to go ahead and try to end our stream here. Thank you for listening at home and following along. I hope this went well for you. I'll check in with everybody to see how it went. Thank you to everybody that's here. You guys were awesome and stayed super quiet when you needed to, and you answered when you needed to. I think we're good to go. So I'm going to try to end this. If you stay on, I apologize for anything that might happen. I've only done this once before. Bye, guys. If you guys want to say bye, you can say bye to everybody at home.